a white person, I realize how privileged I am.
You realize how privileged you are?
Yes, I realize how privileged.
So are you sorry for what your ancestors did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so bow down while we have this conversation. Get on one knee for what your ancestors did.
I'm not taking,
I know you're not.
You're not trying to control me.
You are going to control
You're
you.
trying to control me.
There's going to be
That's
a time when we
difference.
do. The words of God is telling the Israelites to prepare slaughter for the children because of the iniquity of your fathers. So your forefathers left you a tab that you don't want to pay. I mean, but you got to pay it though.
Yeah.
Get on your knees, man.
Oh, yeah.
And let the world see, man. Let the world see what's happening and stay there as we bring this out.
Like, I've never been loved by it.
You never been loved by anybody?
Nobody.
Let me get Romans 9:11.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
So God emphasizes the
Okay.
love that he has for Jacob and
Yeah.
the Israelites. Keep
Yeah.
going.
but Esau have I hated.
Right? So
Oh, yeah.
you don't have any, you never had any love because even God doesn't love you. Your mother and father are probably brother and sister, right?
I'm not going into
They're brother and sister.
I'm not going into
You want to take another bow before you leave? Take another bow before you leave.
Okay.
Okay. All praise to the Most High.
Praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High.
Do the work, pray, one day you be proud of me. Get a crown and have these heathens coming bow to me. Man, we do it for the Lord, cause the glory yours. Spiritual warfare, put that armor on. Threw away the old me and I became reborn. Gotta be hot and cold and not lukewarm. These scriptures got me grounded. Got me well rounded. Man, there's never no challenge.
Praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. What's up, young prince? What's up, brother?
All praises. Test. All praise to the Most High God of Israel. Right, we're not talking about the people in the land of Israel today, man. We're talking about all praise to the Most High God of the true biblical Israelites. That's you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. See, we can prove it. We can prove that you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the biblical Israelites. Right? We can get your imam to say it. We could get your Christian pastor to say it. And if you just listen, right, we get you to understand that you are an Israelite. And everything happening in Israel is because of us, man. Because of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's repenting.
Right.
In order for us to move in, the current inhabitants of their land need to move out. And the Most High moving them out, man. Let me get Sirach 1. Matter of fact, first let me get Revelation 2:9. Them fake Jews in the land, man, they getting kicked out the land, right? They getting evicted. All praise to the Most High.
Okay.
See, if the Most High was dealing with them Jewish people, or if he was dealing with the Muslim people, them Arabs, then the Most High would be protecting them, right? The Quran says the unbeliever shall receive hellfire, and Palestine is under hellfire, man.
Right.
Right? So obviously they must be unbelievers, right?
Yeah.
And they the most devoted Muslims that you're gonna see. They actually devoted up in their land. So you see that God really ain't doing nothing for y'all. Because it's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the God of Ishmael. Right? And them Israelites are not the true descendants of Jacob. Bring that out.
Revelation 2:9 KJV. I know thy works and tribulation.
Right? The Most High knows the works of the real Israelites. And the real Israelites will be going through tribulation. They'll be going through a hardship. And you don't see the Jewish people going through any hardship, besides getting bombed right now. But other than that, they own the banks, they own the prisons, right? They own everything. They own the music companies. They own the motion picture labels. They own everything. They're not going through tribulation. Keep going.
And poverty.
Right? The Jewish people aren't in poverty. Right? They make up 1% of the world's population, and they are the richest people on this earth. There's no poverty in these Jewish communities. That's because they're Jewish. They're wanting to be like a Jew. So I said you was childish. That doesn't mean you're a child. It means you're acting like a child. So these Jewish people aren't the real people. They're not going through any poverty, right? The people that make up the majority of the poverty on this earth is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And the Bible says, I know thy tribulation and poverty, right? Who's going through tribulation and poverty at the same time? Who filling up the prisons? Who getting killed on the streets young? Right? Who working for another nation of people and making their children rich? And we don't have none of that, right? We don't have a business to call our own and to pass it down as an inheritance. We don't have any type of generational wealth, right? What's up, King? You know you're the real Jew?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. We out here teaching the truth about the Bible and lining up biblical prophecy with history and archaeology to show the reason that everything is happening in Palestine and in Israel is because the real Israelites are about to return back. We out here on Sundays at 2 o'clock to about 5, and on Tuesdays we'll be on 9th and Market at about 5 o'clock to about 8.
Okay, so if I'm over that way, I'll stop past.
All right, King, you be safe,
Y'all
man.
go preach at the churches too?
We're willing. We would love to speak to anybody that want to speak to us. We come out here to speak to whoever want to talk.
Yeah, what church are you a minister, right?
Yes, we are the saints.
What church?
The saints. So our church will be here and on 9th Street because God said that wisdom crieth out in the streets. He don't dwell in temples made by hands.
If you want to preach at provision, I can ask Pastor Tone. I can ask the pastor.
I would like to have a conversation with him. What's his is he a so-called Negro as well?
Church is at 1950 Rockland.
Okay, that's 19 from Rockland. Actually, we're not far from we're not far from there. So it'll be a good it'll be good. Okay, 1900 Rockland.
1950 Rockland.
1950 Rockland. I love you, King. Keep the commandments of the Most High, man. We almost out of here, man. Right. He said, I know thy tribulation and poverty. Right. The real Jews will be going through tribulation and poverty. Right. Keep going.
But thou art rich.
So how can you be in poverty and rich at the same time? Right? Because we rich in spirit. Matter of fact, let me get this precept. Salak, let me get this, Jones, because we out here to prove all things. Let me get James 2 and 5. Hold that and get James 2 and 5. Right? He say, I know thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. There ain't no real poverty going on in the Jewish community, right? They're the richest and wealthiest people on this earth, and they make up the smallest population of all people on this earth. So what do they mean by you are rich? You're in poverty, but thou art rich. I'll be going through it too. It's a brand new joint. Want me to dip some water on your fingers? You know what I'm saying?
I want that Jordan to mess these pages up, right? One page.
Bang.
Oh, praises. 2 and 5.
Yeah, James 2 and 5. So it said, so Revelation 2 and what's that? 2 and 9? 2 and 3?
Yeah, that was 2 and 9.
2 and 9. It said, I know thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. So how can you be in poverty and rich at the same time? Read that.
James 2 and 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren. Hath not God chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?
Right, God chose the poor in this world to be rich in faith. Right, so he said, I know thy tribulation. Go back to Revelation 2. Read that over again.
Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Right, so the Most High said, I know the works of the real Jews, the tribulation and poverty, right?
But thou art rich.
But they're rich in what? How can you be in poverty and rich? Because God chose the poor of this world to be rich in spirit. And the Jewish man isn't poor in this world. He's the richest man in this world, so he has no spirit, right? Keep going.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Right, there's a big lie of a people that's saying they are Jews. Right, that would be the Jewish people. That's why they're getting bombed, man. That's why God is not protecting these people. Right, he said, I know the poverty and tribulation of the real Jews. Right, and there's another people that's saying they are Jews and are not, but are what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
So there's a people on this earth saying that they are Jews, and Christ, red letter, right?
Yes, kind.
Christ's red letter is saying that these people are the synagogue of Satan. They are the church of Satan. They are the chief house of Satan. What did the Jewish people do to be the chief house of Satan? The Jewish people funded the slave ships for you Negroes and Latinos to go on. The Jewish people run the motion pictures that's hiring you Negroes to wear a dress. Right?
Right.
The Jewish people is publishing music in the black and brown community that's talking about killing each other, talking about having sex with another man's wife, spinning a block on your own people. The Jewish man runs this label. And Meek Mill said himself, I can't rap about nothing else because they're not going to pay me if I'm rapping about something else. I can't rap about the prosperity of the black and brown community. Right? He said that these people that are saying they are Jews and are not are the synagogue of Satan, the chief house of Satan. And we see that this Jewish man, right, is evidently the chief house of Satan. He's not the real Jew. He stole another man's identity. The Jewish man stole a whole nation of people's identity. And God is punishing them, man. God is dropping bombs. He's making the Muslims and the Jewish fight each other. And they're supposed to serve the same God. They're supposed to be serving the same exact God. And it don't look like he's protecting any of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, they doing something wrong. Keep going. How y'all doing?
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Right, the real Jews going to be suffering things, right? They're going to suffer things like Kanye West is suffering things, like how Kyrie Irving was suffering things to say, go watch Negroes from Hebrews to Negroes. That's all he said was to go watch a documentary that was on Amazon. All he did was say, watch it. Right, and now he's not even a part of the Brooklyn Nets no more, right? Keep going.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So the fake Jews, the people that saying they are Jews and are not, are the synagogue of Satan. They are the devils that is going to be casting the real Jews into prison. You know the Jewish man owns most of the prisons here in the United States? The Jewish man owns most of the prisons that's filled up by you Negroes and Latinos. Right? Keep going. You know why there ain't no peace? What you preaching?
We learn you learn from that.
No, you can stand right here. What's that? What it say?
So, why do we eat? Save all sentient beings. Food disturbs us from dying. Why do we sleep?
How are you able to be on this land of America?
By existing.
By what?
Existing.
By existing?
Yes.
Did you exist here in the land of America 500 years ago?
In some way or fashion, yes.
Yeah, you did. No, you didn't. You didn't exist here in the land of America. So what gave you the privilege? What gives you the privilege to be able to walk on this land?
Life.
Huh?
Life.
Your ancestors, they stole the land, just like how they stole the land of Israel.
Yeah.
Right? Your ancestors stole the land of Israel and they stole the land of America.
Yeah.
Right? They stole the resources, they stole the people.
Yeah.
And they put all these people into one place.
Yeah.
Where y'all had the Jewish and the white man has full control because y'all the same people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Alexander the Great allowed y'all to have Russia, have Europe,
Yeah.
have Spain, to have France,
Yeah.
to have Greece, to have Rome,
Yeah.
right? The Alexander the Great, the Greeks and the Romans gave y'all power over this known world, right? Which allowed y'all to come to America and be the superpower of the earth.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Most High God is tearing that down, man. How you feel about that? How you feel about America falling, Israel falling?
I'm not defined
Europe,
by
the
my
UK,
past.
NATO, all that, Russia, Ukraine. Look how the Most High is now judging your entire race.
Right.
The thing is, his ancestors never got paid for what they did. There was never a judgment for what happened, but God said that there will be a judgment. There's going to be a judgment day, right? And there's going to be a time when the scattered Israelites are going to be gathered together and brought back into their land,
God.
right? It said that your people sold us, no?
That I'm not defined by my ancestors.
You are. We are. Are we
Like-
defined by our ancestors?
like,
Oh,
okay.
we redlined, and don't they put guns and drugs in our community and treat and
Okay,
show our
so-
women and propagate this music
So-
to be a real nigga's a killer, a drug dealer, and a
So-
miss to steal your girl?
What I'm saying, like how we interact with people as a white person, I realize how privileged I am.
You realize how privileged you are?
Yes, I'm
okay.
realize how privileged, but I'm still not defined by what other people tell me to be defined
So
by.
black and brown people have built this land of America.
Yeah.
Do they have any privilege on this land?
That it's different.
It's not different, because what you're saying is you're saying that you're not
Right.
defined by what your ancestors did,
Yeah.
right? But our
Yeah.
ancestors built America, and
Yeah.
we still are not privileged for what our ancestors built. So we are defined by our ancestors. We're still called 3/5 of a human on the Constitution,
So
right?
you-
They said that that slavery is abolished except for the 13th Amendment, which if a person is in prison, then they are considered a slave, and the prisons are built for black and brown.
Okay, I'm saying because you say you are defined by your ancestors, you make you defined by your ancestors.
So what should happen? Let me give Revelation
So-
13 and 10.
So in reality, we can do everyone despite our adversity.
Right. So are you sorry for what your ancestors did?
Yeah,
Yeah. So bow down while we have this conversation. Get on one knee for what your ancestors did.
I'm not.
I know you're not.
You're not trying to control me.
We are going to control
You're
you.
trying
though.
to control me.
There's going to be a
That's
time
no
when we do.
difference. No difference.
I'm gonna
from
show you.
what
Let me
we
show
do,
you. All right. Let me
like
show you.
try
Do you
to
believe in the
to
Bible?
me.
Do you believe in the Bible? No. That's all praises, right? Now read that. We do believe in the Bible, and this is why we believe it.
Right.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Revelation 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
Right. Your ancestors led a group of people into captivity, right? So
Yeah.
the person that leads into captivity, what?
Shall go into captivity.
Right, but your people never went in captivity for putting us in captivity. So you're saying that we're not going to tell you what to do, but it's going to be a whole lot of telling you what to do.
I'm saying that simply you're not defined by what.
There ain't
other
going to be no
people tell
lit
you.
back at that day, right? Ain't going to be no lit back, right?
Can
Keep going.
change.
Keep going.
He
Whoa,
that
what
killeth
people
with the
tell you.
sword
Right, the children, right? All the children of their ancestors, man. All y'all killed with the sword, right?
must be killed with the sword.
Right? How do we kill the people that killed us with the sword? Right? So go to Isaiah 14 and 21. Let me show you, because the Bible's going to tell us. I know you don't believe in the Bible, but we believe in it, and everything we say is going to come out of the Bible. So Isaiah 14 and
So
21.
basically, you're talking through other people's words.
No, I'm
Yes,
speaking
no,
the words
yes.
of God. This is not other
Talking
people's
through
words. This
words.
is the words of God, right? Bring that out.
Yeah, God.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare
The
slaughter
Bible tells us to prepare slaughter for who?
for his children,
For the children. For what?
for the iniquity of their fathers.
So the God, right? The words of God is telling the Israelites to prepare slaughter for the children because of the iniquity of your fathers. So your forefathers left you a tab that you don't want to pay. I mean, but you got to pay it though.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I'm
I know.
I'm
It's good that you know. Keep going.
I'm agreeing. Like there's a lot of issues and problems, but
they do not rise, nor possess the land,
Right.
nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, and you're in the European Caucasian white race. They're in South Africa, they're in Europe, they're in America. They filling cities all over this earth. But your cities are about to get thrown down through these missile attacks that's happening and these thermonuclear destruction that's coming all around this earth. All these cities that your people built off the rape, rob, murder, and enslavement of the indigenous people of those lands is coming back upon your own heads.
Right.
And then you have to go and you have to be a slave. You're going to be a slave, so just bow down. Maybe you get a less of a whipping. What's up, King?
we're always slaves
Oh,
in just different ways.
There's a
okay?
difference between indentured servitude and slavery.
We make our own slaves inside ourselves.
You made a slave inside yourself? You
Yeah,
made
we
yourself
all-
a slave? I wish that we could have said that, right? We just made ourselves a slave, but what really happened is your people made us slaves. And we're still mental slaves here in America to your people today.
I'm simply talking about mental slaves in general, okay?
Let me get Zechariah 11:5.
Like, I have, like, you know, white people are the most suicidal person in the country.
All praises.
That's because we
Because you're weak.
Because we
You're weak.
Because
You're weak.
we
You're the most
ourselves.
suicidal people on this earth because you're emotionally weak. You're physically, emotionally, and mentally weak. You're the most base people on this earth. That's how we know that God allowed y'all to conquer us. It was only the will of God. Like, imagine your people trying to force our people to do anything today.
Okay, so why do you think we're weak?
Zechariah 11:5.
Why do we think we're weak?
Huh?
Why do you think white people are weak?
Why white people what?
Are weak?
Are weak? Because God made you that way. You can't even
So
stand in the sun.
you're not explaining
Huh.
yourself.
What
You're
you
just
mean?
using God. You just you don't
All right, matter of
explain
fact,
why white
let me
people are
get Hebrews 12 and 14. Hebrews 12 and 14. Watch this.
And like white people, whole focus is the Bible. So there's some kind of relationship.
What you mean?
So white people, right? The whole culture is based on the Bible.
The white, because what did the white man do? He came over here and used the Bible to enslave. They
Yeah.
used the Bible to colonize and exploit blacks and Native Indians.
I'm saying
They
like the
whitewashed
Bible
that
doesn't always
Jesus.
deal with all the problems in life.
It does deal. It deals with every problem in life. The
Then
Bible, the entirety of the Bible.
Why are there problems in life if the Bible fixes everything?
The problems is that blacks, the real Israelites, disobeyed God. That was the problem. So it put us in a position where we're not rulers in this earth no more. If we was rulers in this earth again, which is coming, that's why them Israelis is about to get bombed out of the land.
Yeah.
And it's coming that we're going to be in the land again. We're going to be in rulership again. And then there ain't going to be no more none of that. Right? Every nation going to be in peace when we get back.
Well, I could say like every race does the same thing in position of power. Doesn't matter what race you are.
Yeah, but the white man got in a position of power. We see the animals going extinct. We see the trees
Yeah.
getting knocked down. We got less and less of a forest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see what y'all doing in this land.
And
It's
also Asian
look at the
people,
waters.
Asian people destroyed the whole China's country.
Yeah, that's
So-
why all of y'all got to get.
So it's human nature. It's not just one race.
It's not human nature, right? The Most High ordained it to be this way, right? When the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. I'm gonna show you. Right, I'm gonna show you. Let me get Proverbs 29 and 2.
Maybe you should ask more questions than
Ooh.
just reading something in a book.
I don't ask questions, man. I read the Bible. The Bible answers my questions. The Bible answers all the questions that I have.
You need to ask more questions.
What kind of questions?
Who am I? What is life? What is death?
I'm an Israelite. Life is keeping the commandments. Death is not keeping the
No,
commandments.
life. Metaphor life. Deeper understanding what
Yep.
is true life.
Yep. Wisdom and understanding comes
Yes.
from keeping the commandments.
Like, let me show you this.
Hold on, bring that up.
Here's my-
Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, when the righteous are in authority, everybody's happy, right? Keep
Okay,
going.
so
But when the wicked beareth rule,
Uh-huh.
the people mourn.
Right, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The forests are
Oh, yeah.
mourning. The
Okay.
waters are mourning, man.
so you're reading me a book. Can you read my side?
I don't care to read it. It means nothing to me, man. It's nothing. It is nothing to me.
So then you only live in yourself.
I live the Bible, man. I live the Most High God.
Okay.
That's how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to live. This is what
right.
we come out here telling our people. This is how we need to live, man.
Okay, then-
Because the most base and profane people on this earth are the people that's ruling over us,
Yeah.
right? And that has to change. And the only way
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can change
I agree.
is by us keeping the commandments.
There's other ways,
What?
like
Give me an example.
so like living life, commandments. There's different forms of commandments.
Like what? Like telling us to shut up and dribble?
No, like here's one: save all beings. That's-
Save old beings?
Save all beings.
What does that mean?
Save everybody you can do in each moment of day.
How can you save everybody?
You can't completely save
Let me
it.
get Deuteronomy 32 and 39.
You can't completely save everybody, but you can do as much as you can.
What have you done as much as you can to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? So give me one thing that you've done.
I give money. I talk to people.
You
I,
give money?
I, I
give money to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
Yeah.
Yeah? Give us some money.
I don't have money on me.
You don't have money. How are you giving anybody? When
I
the
don't
last
have
time you
cash
gave
on
money?
me.
What else you done? Besides gave them $1,
I
32
work
and
with
39.
Hispanics. I work with black people.
Okay,
I live
that doesn't
with them.
change. What does how does that justify what you've done for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans?
I
You working for them? You get hired before them, and you'll get fired after them,
So
right?
yeah,
Yeah, see that?
I'm just saying. I do everything I
Say
can
yeah.
each moment of day to help anybody who needs it.
So I'm saying, what are you willing to do to help us?
What do you want?
Get on your knees, man.
Okay.
And let the world see, man. Let the world see what's happening, and stay there as we bring this out. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 32 and 39.
Right?
See now that I, even I, am He,
Let's talk about God. Keep going.
and there is no God with me.
There's no devil with him. There's nobody else with him. Keep going.
I kill and I make alive.
God said he's the one that kills and he's the one that makes alive. Keep going.
I wound and I heal.
Uh-huh.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right, so we can try to save everybody or anybody if we want to. We can try to save them, but the Most High God is the one that's killing and making alive, wounding and healing. And there is nothing we can do to save these people out of the hands of the Lord. So we can try to do these things, right?
Yeah.
Right, but what the Bible says that we need to do is what we need to be doing. And that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians coming back to the Most High.
Can do both.
Well, this is how we save our people, right? Our people need to be saved. Do you need to be saved?
We all need to be saved.
What do you need to be saved from?
Uh,
You ever been to
Almost.
prison? You ever been to prison?
No,
Any of your children in prison?
no.
Have any of your children ever gotten shot by a stray
I
bullet?
don't have a child.
You don't have no children. See that?
Doesn't
So what do you need to be saved from?
Save from my own problems, my own issues.
But what's that? Because everybody has problems and issues, but we're talking about being saved from the hand of their enemies, right?
Yeah.
Our kids are getting shot with stray bullets.
Yeah, I agree.
Our people are filling up the prison houses. We're getting bread line. They're
Like-
putting guns and drugs in our communities and building prisons in this systematic oppression.
I'm saying like there's tons of problems. I do what I can to help. I'm not disagreeing with you.
I know, but it's,
I'm saying where you
and-
getting from. I already agree. We have problems, racial issues.
What kind of problems do you have?
Segregation, feminism.
what kind of problems do you have?
Like I've never been loved by it.
You never been loved by anybody?
Nobody.
Let me get Romans 9 and 11. You never. What else kind of problem you have had? What kind of problems are you going through? You never been loved by anyone?
I'm poor.
You're poor?
Yeah.
You're homeless?
I'm not poor.
You're almost homeless?
I have a job, but now I'm homeless.
Okay. You got your mother and father still alive?
I don't like my mother.
You don't like your parents?
No.
See, that's why the Bible commands the children of Israel to honor their mother and their father. Was you being touched by your parents?
No, I'm not going to go into.
I understand why you don't love your parents, because they was touching on you and things like that.
I'm not
It's-
going.
I understand.
Going into the wrong direction.
So okay.
Yeah.
But let me show you something. Romans 9 and 11.
Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil,
Right? But the children weren't born yet. They ain't do no good or evil. Keep going.
that the purpose of God according to election might stand,
Right?
not of works, but of him that calleth.
Keep going.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder being Esau was going to serve the younger being Jacob. Keep going.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
So God emphasizes the
Okay.
love that he has for Jacob and
Yeah.
the Israelites. Keep
Yeah.
going.
but Esau have I hated.
Right? So
Oh, yeah.
you don't have any, you never had any love, because even God doesn't love you. Now go to Malachi 1. Malachi is the last book in the
I
New
think
Testament-
you're
Old
just
Testament.
reading words in book just to justify
It
yourself.
said before the children were not yet born, before they did any good or evil, right?
Yeah.
According to the election might stand, because the electors are the Israelites. He said, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. He emphasized the love that he had for Jacob,
Yeah.
but Esau have I hated.
Okay.
Right? So God just emphasizes a hate that he has for your people, and that's
I think
why you never
I think
received
you
any love.
Using words in the Bible just to justify your cause,
To justify what?
your own personal intention.
My own personal agenda?
Yes.
So so what type of agenda do I have? Oh, you said you was never loved, and I just showed you that God doesn't
Yeah.
even love you. So
Like,
what kind of
there's
agenda was that?
There's different forms of love, so don't presume to know what I need to love.
But what I'm telling you is how God emphasizes hate for this group of people called Edom.
Yeah.
Right.
And
1 and 3. Start here.
Malachi 1, verse 3.
Matter of fact, start from the top.
Malachi 1 from the top. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
All right, this is a word to Israel. Keep going.
I have loved you,
Uh-huh.
saith the Lord.
Right, to Israel. He
Okay.
loves Israel. The Most High throughout the entirety of the Bible is emphasizing the love that he has for the children of Israel. But you see them Israelis over there getting bombed. They obviously don't love them. Keep going.
Like you could
Yet, yea say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Right, the blacks and Hispanics are the Israelites. They say, where has God loved us? We getting our kids shot and things like that.
Yeah.
How does God love us? Right, keep going.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Right, Esau was the brother of Jacob. Keep going.
Saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob.
Right, even though that Esau was Jacob's brother, God loves only Jacob. Keep going.
And I hated Esau.
He emphasizes the hate that he has for this people group that are the descendants of Esau, right? The Edomites. Keep going.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished,
Uh-huh.
but we will return and build the desolate places.
Because the Romans fell. And then they came, the rise of Rome
Yeah.
came, the Renaissance, and then
Yeah.
they said we was going to come back and we're going to build, right?
Yeah.
That's the white race. Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Uh-huh.
they shall build, but I will throw down.
So we see America getting built, but America's about to get destroyed. I mean, we seen Palestine getting built, we seen the
dies.
Levant getting built, and it's about to get thrown down. The Most High promising this is going to happen,
everything died and lives.
right? Keep going.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right, the Most High said that the Edomites are the border of wickedness, and we see like even your parents were touching on you. Like this is the things that the white race does. They touch on their children. I mean, your mother and father are probably brother and sister, right?
I'm not going into.
They're brother and sister,
I'm not going into that.
right? That's what your people doing. What did they say they were?
The border of wickedness.
Right. The Edomites are the border of wickedness. Not only are they sexually immoral, right, but they also go to every place and they bomb everywhere they go. They steal the indigenous people of those lands, take them out, put them somewhere else, and replace them with another group of people.
Oh, well,
They're the border.
many-
Your people are the border of wickedness.
many cultures
Keep
are
going.
morally
And
wrong.
the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Right. God said He got hate for you forever, man.
God also say love everybody.
He doesn't say He loves everybody. Where does He
Like
say that?
Jesus.
Where does He say that? At? Go
I
to
don't have the
Matthew
Bible
15
on
and
me. I
24.
don't remember the whole Bible.
Yeah, we read it though, and I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right
I'm
here.
just saying you're choosing what you wish to see.
I'm
okay?
gonna show you that you're choosing. Let me just show you. Right. It says, hold on. God loves
Not exactly. the word.
everybody. Well,
Not
if God
exactly.
loved everybody, then we should see that verbatim. It says no results found. God loves
Not-
everybody does not occur in the whole Bible.
It's not exactly in the good. Even the whole Bible's really Latin, and we just choose to see it as English.
Well, the whole Bible is a record of the Israelites. That's what this whole Bible is. It's
Right.
a letter written to the children of Israel. And it's about the records and the history and the prophecies of their future and their past.
I'm just saying, like, even the Bible should be written in Latin. Okay,
The Bible should what?
be written in Latin.
It should be written in Latin.
Li-
Why?
read.
Where does Latin come from?
It's the most original language we
But
have.
where does Latin come from?
Like normal people.
Normal
just
people?
grow up and change
Latin
language.
derived out of Rome.
Yeah.
The Romans hung Christ. Why would the Bible be written in Latin?
Because it is.
The Bible was written. It was translated in Latin. It was translated in French. It was translated into English as
Yeah.
well. But what I'm saying is, why? How is Latin the language of everyone when there were languages that predated Latin?
So, Latin is the most easiest language that's spread in all of Europe.
That's an opinion.
It's the fact in all of Europe, it's the main language.
In all
that-
of Europe.
All languages in Europe evolved from Latin.
So how did the language of Europe end up making native Indians Latinos?
It's not language and reality is different.
How
okay?
did native Indians become Latinos if Latin derived out of Europe?
Native Americans.
They call me a Latino. I'm a so-called Puerto Rican. They call me
Yeah.
a Latino.
Yeah,
So
you-
if Latin derived out of Europe, how did I become Latin being indigenous to America?
Europe spread, colonized into America.
Through colonization,
Yeah.
right? Through colonization, I became a Latino, right?
Yeah.
But I was
So
something
what's your
before
fault?
that. Before being Latino, I
Yeah.
was something else.
So
So this shouldn't be written in Latin if the Israelites were colonized by the people who created the Latin language. So why would this be written in Latin if the colonizers colonized us with this Latin language?
well, it's just how things are. You can't like
It's just I said so. The white man said that it should be written in that. That's just how things are.
I think like Jesus was
Uh-huh.
a little bit later, and all the written language
Uh-huh.
is always been in Latin.
It's always been in Latin.
Yeah, the original language that is written down is Latin.
All right. So the furthest language that we can see written back was Sumerian text.
Yeah.
And then after this, before that was like pictographs. It was
Yeah.
drawing like
Yeah.
pictures. And then you got the Samaritan text.
Yeah,
You went
but
into Hebrew,
Sumerian
Aramaic, Latin didn't come to way after that.
But Sumerians was before the Bible.
Yeah, but the chosen people was still the Hebrews. God chose the Israelites out of. Don't matter how far back we can find a civilization. What matters is who we are, right? And we're the chosen people of God. It don't matter how far back we go.
And it doesn't matter what Latin is. You nothing to do with you anymore.
Well, the thing is, it does have something to do with me because you
You
would
don't
call
know
me
Latin.
Latin.
You
You
don't
would
know
call me a
Latin.
Latino.
You
I
don't know
don't.
Latin.
Spanish would be a form of Latin,
Yeah, but
right? And what do Puerto Ricans speak?
the core concept of it doesn't matter anymore.
How does the whole concept of being Spanish just get over it? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying the whole concept of Latin,
Uh huh.
you don't understand. You don't be in this mind.
So slavery doesn't matter.
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's what you're saying
I'm
because
saying like discrimination,
yeah.
that matters. It still influences our lives. Okay? But language isn't as a big of a deal.
All right. So, you want to take another bow before you leave? Take another bow before you leave.
Okay.
Okay. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, man. Let me get Isaiah 60 and 14. Let me bring out this scripture. I'm going to show you that this is biblical prophecy. This is prophecy coming to pass. I'm going to show you.
Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall.
Do you agree that you're a son of those who afflicted our people?
Yeah.
Yes, keep going.
That afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
So the sons of them that afflicted us shall come bending unto us. So this, you doing this is a fulfillment of prophecy. Keep going.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
So this is small compared to the grand scheme of things of what's going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
You're bowing. I mean, this is just the catalyst of your whole nation that's going to be bound to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right, go to Isaiah 14 and 1. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, y'all the Israelites, man. This is what's coming. This is what's coming, man.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
It doesn't say everybody. He's speaking to a particular group of people that he's going to have mercy for, right? Keep going.
And set them in their own land.
Right, we're going to get set back in our own land. That's why them fake Jews are getting bombed out of the land. Keep going.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Right, all nations are going to be with us in this land. Right, keep going.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to cleave unto us, like how your woman cleave to us now, but your whole nation are going to cleave to us. Keep going.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Uh-huh.
and the house of Israel shall possess them.
Right? The Israelites are going to possess these strangers. They're going to possess these other nations. Like how you possess that bag on your shoulder, like how you possess that hoodie. The Israelites are going to possess the nations. Keep going.
Possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
For slave men and for slave women. Keep going.
And they shall take them captives.
Right? The Israelites are going to take these strangers captives, right? Keep going.
Whose captives they were.
Right? We were the captives of America, right? And America is ran by the white European race. So we're going to take them captives whose captives we were, right? Keep going.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And our oppressors will be your race, right? The European Caucasians oppress black and brown people on a daily for years. They've been doing for hundreds of years. So we see the Bible prophesying that the real Israelites are going to get brought back into the land. And when we get brought back into the land, we're going to possess these nations for slave men and slave women. So it's impossible that those Jewish people in the land are the biblical Jews, because they're in the land. And if they were in the land, then there will be no war. Everybody will be a slave. You know what I mean? Where you from? Where's your father from?
Allentown.
Allentown, but where from? Like Germany, Ireland?
Like his ancestors, just somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere in Europe. Yeah, man. So it's a good thing to see these people. I mean, it's a good thing to see these other nations knowing who we are, and our people reject who they are. Right? Our people don't want to know who they are, man. You an Israelite, man. These nations gonna bow to us, man. This is just a prelude to what's happening. What his song saying has nothing to do with us. You know you the real Jew, man? You know that the reason why them Jews getting bombed right now is because we about to come back? It's gonna be a black man, cracking them clouds who the world called Jesus, huh?